Get ready for the pulled pork Sammy of your dreams. Slow smoked, perfectly seasoned, and stacked to perfection. Let's do this. Woo, that thing juicy. I mean, if that's wrong, I don't want to be right. If it was Sunday, we'd pray over this thing. It's looking beautiful. Welcome to Traeger Kitchen. I'm Chad Ward, Director of Barbecue Marketing here at Traeger and also co-owner of Whiskey Bent Barbecue. And today, for the first time, we're doing a video on an absolute classic, Traeger pulled pork. This thing has lit up our website for years. 4.5 star is the average review, and we've had over 440 comments. And today, we're gonna boil it down for you. What you're gonna wanna start with is a bone-in pork butt. That's what we have right here. And we're gonna do a little bit of trimming on that. The first thing I like to do with the pork butt is I will take my hands, sometimes right here at this bone, when they go to kind of cut that shoulder, you'll get some bone shrapnel. And so I just like to first take my hands, go all the way around here and just make sure I don't see any bone shards. The other thing I'm gonna do is just see if we have any kind of extraneous meat that's hanging off the butt that's gonna cook uneven. And we have a couple of those pieces here that I am just gonna basically just trim off. And then we always, once we've done that, we'll just run through here again. Is there anything, because some of these pieces will hang off and they'll just dry out. And we don't need that. We'll get a little bit of this fat from up top here. And for me, on this side, that is about as good as gold. Backside, this side, looking good. Now we come over to our fat cap. We're usually looking for about 1/4 inch on the fat cap. This one to me is in pretty good shape. I don't see any reason to take any more off of here. This has already been pretty aggressively trimmed at the butcher. So at this point, this is nice and trimmed up to me. I'm ready to get to seasoning it. So I'm gonna get myself a clean hand here. And now we're going in on one of the favorites, pork and poultry. Traeger pork and poultry is a great seasoning. Really, really good color, that perfect mix of salty, savory, a little bit of sweet. And so we're just gonna get this thing. This is a big cut of meat. So don't be bashful with the shaker. Gonna get in here. The higher that you season from, the better you can spread it, the more even. Whoop. Let's get those sides too. Even the sides, make sure they're covered. All right. And I'm just gonna give it a little pat, not too much. Just work that seasoning a bit. We don't wanna pat it in too much because then we take and we start pushing these small spices down into the pores, and that's gonna impact our smoke penetration. So we don't wanna go too wild, but we do kinda wanna use the warmth and the simple patting touch of our hand to just help that rub kind of work in so that it'll start forming a bark a little bit quicker, and the kind of bark that we like. I'll tell you what, that's pretty enough to win a 5th grade beauty pageant right there. And now we're gonna take our meter probe, and I'm gonna go, the one thing you wanna be very, very careful of here, we don't wanna put this up against the bone. So we're gonna go in the thickest part away from the bone. And then we're gonna go into our black line. We're in here, we're set, we're in the thickest part of the pork butt. And now we're gonna put this on the Traeger Woodridge Pro at 250 degrees until it reaches an internal of 160. And now that we have that on, right here next to it, I have one that's already hit 160. We're gonna get that back over here to us. All right, now that we have our 2 pieces of foil, we're actually gonna just lay those right here. We are gonna take the meter out to start. Woo, that thing juicy. Now we're gonna come right here and we're gonna, I like to go ahead and kind of foil this up just a hair so we don't make too much of a mess. So you'll notice we kind of already have this a little bit covered. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna Want to get enough apple juice in here to help braise and finish this pulled pork. At this point, this pulled pork has taken on all the smoke it'll take. It is where it wants to be. We've got this kind of all foiled up. I see a little bit right here where I wish I'd have pulled them a little bit further, a little bit bigger, but you know what? This is live. Let's show it to you. Just get one more piece of foil, put it over the top. We flip it right back over. And now we're gonna go with our meter probe right back in that thickest part of the butt, making sure we're not hitting any bone. So we have this ready to go. This is gonna go back on the Woodridge Pro at 250 until it hits an internal of 204. Simple enough, the meter's gonna tell us when it does that. So let's pull right over here and we're gonna go back on. Right there. All right, I'm gonna grab this with my hands just so I don't lose any of that au jus. This is our finished pork butt at 204. First thing I want to do when I pull this off is open it up. The reason for this is kind of a technique we call burping the meat. It stops the cooking process. Even though we're pulling this off the grill, there's so much heat and energy in here. If we do not open that foil, it will continue to cook. So we need to open this foil up to stop the cooking process. On something like this butt, we pulled it at 204, it'll probably run up to anywhere from 207 to 210 before it starts coming down. So we're gonna let that process happen. While that's sitting there resting, we're gonna start on our coleslaw. All right, let's start on our pineapple coleslaw that's gonna go with our Traeger pulled pork to make one delicious sandwich. So we're gonna start, we've got our sour cream, we've got some mayo, about 2-to-1 on the sour cream. We've got our pineapple juice, we have our brown sugar, there we go. And we have a little apple cider vinegar. What is coleslaw without a touch of vinegar? I love this recipe. Julie Madden, Girl Meets Grill, taught this one to me. I've used it a ton of times, and it is just really, really delicious. Getting a little bit of orange zest in there. Now we're gonna go with a little bit of the Traeger anything rub, and I will tell you, I feel like this rub was appropriately named. I use it on about anything. It is to me, a great replacement for salt, pepper at the house. Just delicious. All right, and then we're gonna go with a little bit of green onion, some jalapeno to bring a little spice to the party, cilantro to keep it classy, and really, really hard to have pineapple slaw without some pineapple. So first thing I like to do is get in here and mix this dressing up a touch before we go in with the cabbage. So for today, we wanted to bring both the green and the purple cabbage to the party. So now that we have a little mix on that, we will bring that cabbage in, and now we're just gonna fold this together. One thing, especially on a sandwich like this, I don't want this slaw to be, we've all went to that barbecue where the cabbage is just swimming in the dressing, and we don't want that. We want it to be well dressed, yes, but at the same time, we don't want that mayonnaise to take over, that beautiful 12-hour pork butt and everything we're putting together here. All right, now that we've got our slaw mixed up, time to take it to the fridge. All right, we now have our pork butt here. It is time to get it pulled so we can make our delicious sandwiches. First off, before I get in here, look at that color. That Woodridge Pro laid down such beautiful color. Now, let's get to shredding. First, let's get this bone out. Woo, clean as a whistle right there. And now we're gonna get in here. I'm gonna take this top fat cap right off, so that way we're not mixing all that fat in with our delicious pulled pork, so we can get that off. And now we'll come in and look at this. I mean, look at that right there. Just so juicy, so easy to pull. I mean, if that's wrong, I don't want to be right. Absolutely delicious. Over here, we've got a little bit of sinew. You always want to pay attention to that. We want that out of there. You know, I always tell people there's nothing worse than a fatty bite of pulled pork, especially in a sandwich. So when it comes to, you know, making sure I've got only the pristine pork in here, I try to really, really take a good amount of, doesn't have to take all day, but just pay attention to it, because, you know, you'll get little pieces like that around these luscious tubes. Also, look at that smoke ring right there. Absolutely gorgeous. And then just pulled pork for days. Now that we've got this pulled, there's so much of this meat on the inside that hasn't had any seasoning. We also have this beautiful au jus that we have fat separated. We're gonna work that back into this pulled product so that we can put a little more flavor, a little more juice on this baby. And let's show you here on the fat separator. So what we really want is this bottom here. The top's the fat, so we're gonna try not to get the fat in there. And we're just gonna come right over with a little bit of that liquid pork gold. So we're just working right back in there. Beautiful. Now we're gonna take some of our Traeger original sauce. Add some of that. We don't want it to get too saucy. It's just helping elevate the flavor. And then we're gonna go where it all started, on this butt, that pork and poultry. Little finish seasoning. And then we're just gonna get in here, give it all a nice mix. Golly, this looks good. You never want it to be too wet or too moist or too saucy. This is really what I would say is kind of perfect. It's got a little bit of added flavor to it, but we still have that texture and consistency that's true to pulled pork. If you add too much liquid back, it's gonna kind of be floating in it, and that's gonna take away from it. You know, you've worked hard on this pork butt. You wanna make sure it shines through, so. All right, went with the sesame seed bun on this one, and we're gonna go down. It's pulled pork sandwich, it gets top billing. So we're gonna come in here. Want to make sure I always kind of start with a handful, get a good base on the bottom of that bun. Then I usually come back with a little adder on top. Then we're gonna come in with some of this slaw. I'll tell you, if it was Sunday, we'd pray over this thing. It's looking beautiful. Now we're gonna take our bun, top, put it right there, and that's our pulled pork with pineapple slaw sandwich. Delicious. Think we should go in for a bite. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not a huge coleslaw fan. I do love this pineapple coleslaw that Julie introduced me to. Really, really good. That pineapple with the pork and the crunch that you still get, that's another beauty in not over dressing that slaw. You now have a crunch element to a pulled pork sandwich, which is really, really nice. So between the crunch element, the creaminess of the slaw, and then that pulled pork, you know, it was so simple, guys. It was just the Traeger and the pork and poultry rub. That was it. And then obviously we add some things back with the sauce and the au jus. But what a simple pork, but so delicious, so succulent. All right, I've shown you how to do it. I've tasted it. This is a have-to for National BBQ Month. Find the recipe in the description below. Hey guys, y'all ready to come in and eat with me? All right. All right, Nicole, get in there. She's a two-hander. Woo! Tommy, Get in there, oh boy. Yeah.
Look at that.
Next one up. All right, guys. What do you think?
So good.
Killer.
Ain't National BBQ Month without it, is it? There we go.
So yummy.
And once again, I think there's such a key to like not overdressing